You see, in this country, we tend to be confused and we tend not to know if we really have leaders who are having sympathy or empathy, rather, on the people that they govern. Now, I listened to the entire broadcast of the president. It was wonderfully written. I don't want to say anything about it. But while the president was addressing the joint section of the Nigeria National Assembly, Peter Obi also was addressing Nigeria, giving his own press conference. Peter Obi said that Nigeria is no longer in a democracy, that what Nigeria is running now is more like demomentalization, where the people in power care less about the people they govern. And the question now is Peter Obi saying the truth or not? That we will know in the course of this discussion. Peter Obi, in his word, he said Nigeria is not qualified to be called a democratic nation. That every core values, every indices that project a nation to be a democratic nation, that it has been eroded by this particular administration. In as much as I will not totally disagree with Peter Obi with regards to this, yet I have some few things to say. We will not say outrightly that this administration is undemocratic. To a greater extent, we have been enjoying a lot of democratic dividends in this particular administration in terms of freedom of expression, at least to a greater extent in comparison to what we used to have in the time of Buhari. That is just the fundamental reality. In as much as we criticize them, for one, I will definitely say things just the way it is. We will not say that this country is giving us what we want in terms of democracy because they have failed Nigeria in a lot of areas, and their policies and programs is not in tandem with what the Nigerian people want. Their policy and program has been anti-people in every strata. The policy and program they've got is for themselves and not for the poor and the downtrodden in this country. We have government for themselves by the kleptomania and by the kleptomania and for the kleptomania. That is the kind of government we run, and that's why Peter Obi is really saying that the core value of democracy in this particular administration has been eroded, and that indeed is a fundamental reality. Peter Obi went further to criticize the electoral process in Nigeria. He said people who are supposed to be disqualified before the election are the ones who indeed are holding public offices now. A lot of senators we know, a lot of ministers who have been alleged to be fraudulent are the ones now who are leading us in Nigeria. That is why they will never work for us. They will constantly work for themselves because the DNA they've got is the DNA of criminality. And until this is addressed, nothing productive can happen in this country. In Peter Obi exact word, this is what he said. And I'm going to take an extract of the statement, and I'm going to take an extract from the statement of Peter Obi. He said, rather than show genuine accountability from this administration and measure good progress, this government, that is the government of President Bola Tinubu, focus on manipulating narrative, gaslighting the public, shifting blame, and weaponizing governance. To a greater extent, Peter Obi is right. Peter Obi said that the GDP of Nigeria has fallen tremendously. That from 364 billion US dollar in May 2023, it has fallen to as low as 188 billion naira as at this financial year. Peter Obi did not stop there. He said per capita income has dropped from 1,640 US dollar to 835 US dollar. It simply means that this government is failing by the day, according to Peter Obi. According to Peter Obi, he said Nigeria poverty rate has increased tremendously from 38.9% to 54%. That's a big lacuna, the big gap there. Within this 2 years period, he went further to say that 129 million Nigeria has drifted into poverty in this particular administration. It's in plenty. But of a truth, a lot of people I know, their business are not functioning. Those into animal husbandry, into fishery, poultry farming, and those who run minor businesses in Nigeria, a lot of them, they fold up because the policy of this government indeed has actually affected their businesses. Peter Obi went further to justify his claim that Nigerians are living in extreme poverty, that the poverty rate in Nigeria has increased, and that is a real fact. Everybody tends to know that not even the rich in this country, everybody understands that the rates of poverty are skyrocketed based on the policy in which the government has introduced. They have been saying that this policy is going to yield a tremendous effect in the long run, but how long we do not know. But we have been asking them, they should tell us, how long will this policy yield a productive result? And no answer has been given to the Nigerian people. Peter Obi went further to buttress his point by saying the World Bank has actually said that in the rural areas in Nigeria, over 75% of Nigeria, they are living below the poverty level. Not like they are poor, they are living below the poverty level. That means extreme poverty. That means they are beyond poverty. No poverty get level. So this is their own poverty level, now deadly poverty level that some people find it even to eat a square meal in a single day. Some of you would think it's not possible, but I know it's possible. A lot of people, even in the city, eat just once in a day. According to Peter Obi, he said today we have around 18.3 million Nigerian children who are out of school. As rich as Nigerians tend to be, we're still having children who are out of school. Money that should be used in educating the children is being used to erect structures, which is going to be of no value in the future date. Imagine a government spending around 39 billion naira to renovate a center which has never been of any value to Nigeria, other than to go there and announce electoral result that they have manipulated. The truth is like Nigeria is on a keg of gunpowder. If not checkmated in due course, that gunpowder is going to explode. And there is no time for us. There is no time left. We must do all that we can to remedy our country from the cankerworm in which we are at the moment. Peter Obi went further to say that the healthcare of Nigeria, the healthcare in Nigeria is nothing to write home about. The insurance policy that is given to workers in Nigeria is nothing to write home about. The Nigerian workers, in terms of health, they are zero. He said in Nigeria, there are delivery rooms in a lot of medical facilities where there is no toilet. That is how bad the Nigerian system has gone in terms of healthcare. Peter Obi finally said that Nigeria is failing in every facet of life. And he warned Nigeria that Nigerians should do everything humanly, spiritually possible to ensure that the rights of people emerge in 2027. And this is Peter Obi's address to Nigerian people. What we desire in this country is that Nigeria should work, regardless of who is there. Tinubu, we are appealing to you as our leader, as our father, and as the president of Nigeria to do everything possible to ensure that Nigeria comes back to the track, because we are drifting and we are drifting very fast. Nigerians are not smiling and Nigerians are not happy because Nigerians are really hungry.